The HoverAir X1 has made a name for itself as a small, portable drone that fits in your pocket, can launch from your hand, and films you from a variety of angles, all without the use of a controller. If you've watched any of my videos recently, you see me get some pretty cool shots. But for every shot like this, there's probably at least one like this. That's because the X1 has no obstacle avoidance. There are no sensors on this thing telling it when it's approaching a tree or if there is a branch in its way. It'll just plow right into it. It follows the path of the target, so you can sort of lead it around some objects, but at the same time it's a bit of a crapshoot, and it will definitely come into contact with trees, branches, brush, and other objects in its path. But that was one of the major things that attracted me to the X1. I wanted a drone that could follow me in the woods. I live in New England. We got a lot of trees, so most of our trails are wooded. A typical drone like a DJI with active tracking, I would never chance bringing it into the forest. One wrong hit could shatter the propellers and break the arm. It's just too risky. I needed a drone that would be durable enough to handle New England woods, and I found it in the X1. As you can see, the brackets which connect the two sides pop apart and then reattach, so that provides a lot of protection and flexibility for the whole cage. And I can basically hear when I'm running whether or not the drone hit something and whether or not it was able to return to the flight path or whether it is landing. So after flying this for 5 months, I've crashed it probably about 50 times. Some head-on collisions with trees, gotten it tangled in the brush, and I even learned of a new danger recently when flying it amongst the grizzled trees of the White Mountains. Yikes, the X1 got stuck in this old man's beard that's all over the trees up here. I had to pull it out. Seems to be okay, but new threat unlocked for the X1. So after 5 months, there is a little bit of damage to report. This is the most significant damage it's sustained thus far. This piece snapped, so I should tape that back up a little bit, but it's flying fine. I'm afraid of taping it and then making the situation worse, but that is the first broken part. You can see that this part is popped out as well. I tried to pop it back in, but I was unsuccessful, and I was afraid of breaking something, so I just left it as is. It doesn't seem to be affecting it too much, but yeah, it's got a few battle scars at this point. The front of the camera has held up fairly well. So I would say after 5 months, I am very impressed and happy with the performance and durability of the HoverAir X1. It has lived up to its expectations. It's taken a lot of hits, a lot of direct hits, and it's brushed them off and it keeps flying. For my purposes, as someone who wanted a drone that could actively follow me in some dense areas where there were going to be some collisions, there's no question that the X1 has worked well for me. So in the next month, HoverAir is going to be releasing 2 new drones, the X1 Pro and the X1 Pro Max. These are sort of the next iteration of the X1. Better camera, more features. I am very interested to see what they will be like durability-wise. Will they be able to take the same types of hits that the X1 has? What I love about the X1 is that I can take it on some sketchy adventures, and I know that it's probably going to come through it unscathed. Most drones you wouldn't want to chance that with. So if the X1 Pro and the X1 Pro Max match the durability of the X1, that would be a pretty formidable pair. Thanks so much for watching. If you have an X1, post a comment below. Let me know how yours is faring. My cat's tail is in the picture. What's going on here, guy? No cats in the video, please. No cats in the video, please.